Bumble is back, both as our podcast sponsor and to help you find love. Honestly, dating can feel intimidating, but Bumble is definitely making it easier. Sometimes all you need is a different perspective or a little bit of guidance, which is exactly why Bumble has launched its new coaching hub. This update offers support and tips from experts, and my friends are loving it so far. For the love of love, give Bumble another shot. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday and sometimes Fridays. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. Okay, so I needed to put a picture for you guys of mine and Annabelle's Halloween costumes. We were Addison Rae and Charlie XCX on the Sweat Tour. It was the most work-appropriate Charlie and Addison vibes that we could find, and I think we did pretty well. And honestly, we actually didn't need to worry about being work-appropriate because the Halloween party at our office was actually insane. Nobody was concerned about what they were wearing in the best way. It was like a lot of fun and people were going so hard. It was actually wild. It was really fun. Anyways, before I get into it, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Please Spotify star rate us. We're trying to get to 1,000 Spotify star ratings by the end of the year. The first thing that I wanted to talk about, it's not really a story, but it's an addition to my Billie Eilish story on Friday. So you guys know we just moved offices. It was a chaotic 24 hours. So the Billie Eilish story, I literally saw it right before I started recording, so I just popped it in there. It was a very short story, and I didn't see this part of it, and a lot of you guys let me know that my story wasn't fully complete. So here is an addition to Friday's story because I didn't have a lot of time to prep. So I really just told you guys like what I saw, what I knew to be fact in the moment. So this is from People magazine. Quote, Eilish put her own money where her mouth is just moments before giving her speech. Again, she gave a speech about how, she was addressing billionaires in the audience, saying there's a lot of people here that have more money than me. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? Give away your money. So this is continuing the quote. Stephen Colbert, who introduced the Birds of a Feather singer, shared the news that she had donated $11.5 million from her recent tour. He said, also, I have the privilege of breaking a little news tonight. Thank you, Billie, for allowing me to do this. It's extraordinary. Billie Eilish will be donating proceeds from her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour to support organizations, projects, and voices dedicated to food equity, climate justice, reducing carbon pollution, and combating the climate crisis. That donation, ladies and gentlemen, will be $11.5 million. And apparently, and obviously, okay, like us looking at celebrity net worths, it's not always totally accurate, but apparently her net worth is around $50 million. So $11.5 million of a $50 million net worth is a sizable donation. Okay, the first official story that I have for you guys, this is so niche and it's not even really viral, but I actually think it will go viral soon. My friend Crystal, who runs Z-Feed, she sent it to me and she was like, this is so obscure and so mini scroll coded. You have to cover it. And when I watched it, I was like, I totally agree. So this Australian creator, Midori Collusion, that's what her handle is building a cult following at the moment for calling out what she is calling trash clickbait travel articles about Americans going abroad, but specifically ones that are published on Business Insider. This is so niche.
Welcome back, chickies. We've got another one. If you're new here, I love reading these trash Business Insider travel articles so you don't have to. And today we've got 6 mistakes you should never make on a cruise, according to etiquette experts. I think they've tried to make it seem niche by pegging it to a cruise and referring to experts. But the way I read it is these are 6 things no human should ever do anywhere, at any time. And if you don't know this shit, you're a fucking lowlife.
So this creator has been posting content like this here and there over the past few months, but she's gaining particular traction at the moment after she discovered that Business Insider had published 48 articles written by the same writer about this writer's single 2-week Euro trip that she took back in 2022. So over the weekend, Midori Collusion started a playlist on TikTok where she's going to recap this writer's Euro trip in sequential order in a 19-part series. And if you think about the clickbait articles that would be published, right, they're not telling you the trip in sequential order. So this girl has read all 48 articles and has basically put together the timeline of this writer's trip and like everything that happened in what she believes to be sequential order. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I did it. I read all 48 articles inspired by this particularly ham-fisted 2-week Euro trip taken in 2022, all published by Business Insider over the past 3 years with no sign of letting up. Published completely out of sequence, of course. But I've unpicked the threads. I've unfurled this into a linear narrative that I propose to retell over 19 parts. This trip is my muse, and this is my opus. We're going to go on an odyssey across 6 cities. We're going to spend 20% of the trip in transit, and we're going to make more mistakes than you ever thought possible. Follow for more.
So that's all I have right now for this story, but you guys need to watch the space because I feel like it could really blow up. It's so niche, it's so obscure. It's the exact type of content that internet users really like grab onto because it's kind of harmless, it's kind of snarky, it's kind of insane, and it can absolutely become one of those in-jokes that people who are following along jump in on. So I think watch this space. I fear she's going to blow up for this series. Okay, the next story that I have for you guys is I'm going to recap the Huda Love Island racism scandal that's been going on over the past couple of days. So Love Island breakout star Huda Mustafa is facing major scandal after a live stream she did last week where she laughed at a racist slur directed towards her fellow Love Island castmate, Olandria Carthen. Throughout the season, Olandria and Shelley, another cast member, faced racism from the fandom and online trolls, and a lot of it allegedly came from Huda's fan base. This racism intensified when Huda said she felt bullied on the show during the reunion, and fans pointed to Olandria and Shelley as like quote unquote mean girls that bullied Huda. So this is directly from yahoo.com. Quote, Huda said that after seeing clips back from the show, there were moments she felt bullied, though she did regret the cursing and the name calling. This led to the confrontation that fans had seemingly been waiting for, when Andy Cohen asked Huda to clarify when she felt bullied because he didn't see it as a viewer. Okay, so fast forward to this week, and Huda was on a live stream with her boyfriend when an anonymous caller used the N-word about Olandria. In the clip, Huda and her boyfriend appear to laugh at the slur before hanging up. Now, the backlash for how they handled this situation was immediate, and Huda was quickly dropped from her ambassadorship with Huda Beauty. Huda addressed the incident in a series of Instagram stories, saying that they couldn't hear properly what the person was saying. Quote, also the laughter because it was awkward, she wrote. It was awkward and inappropriate. Whoever said it is in the wrong. Olandria responded saying, quote, words like that carry generations of pain and pretending otherwise only keeps the cycle going. While I anticipate this will result in surface level apologies that will fade in a few days, I'd like to transform this moment into something actionable. And then she called on the live stream participants and their followers to, quote, demonstrate a genuine commitment to anti-racism by donating to organizations and foundations dedicated to educating and uplifting this community, such as UNCF, NAACP, and or the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. And then Huda released a second statement and apology a day later. Quote, I want to take this moment to more fully take accountability for my actions. I want to be clear that I do not condone or tolerate anyone who uses such language, and I strongly encourage the individual responsible to reflect deeply on their words and the harm they've caused. And then she did close out the statement saying she will make a personal donation to the NAACP and encouraged others to do the same. So yeah, one of the major points to come out of this is everyone is praising Huda Beauty for taking action so quickly and being so steadfast in this, which like, sure, okay, yes. Is the bar on the floor? Like, probably. I understand why the bar is on the floor for brands like this when it comes to ambassadorships, and I get it. I understand why, but I do fear the conversation around Huda Beauty now is turning into, oh, like this is the positive we can take away from this situation. There's no positive that we can take away from racism like this. But us, I think, labeling, well, like, you know, oh my God, like, look, Huda Beauty is setting this precedent. Like, this is a positive we can take away from it. I don't know. I worry about that messaging. Okay, the last thread that I have for you guys, I was trying to find like interesting celebrity Halloween stories. There weren't many, but I am sure you guys have all seen this. Julia Fox is going viral for her very controversial Halloween costume. And she has defended it. So for a Halloween party in New York City, Julia Fox dressed up as Jackie Kennedy. She was wearing this blood-soaked pink suit, recreating what the former First Lady of the United States wore on the day that her husband, President John F. Kennedy, was assassinated. As you can imagine, the costume sparked many strong reactions online, with tons of people calling her disrespectful, attention-seeking, and that she was glorifying political violence. Following the backlash, Julia wrote this on Instagram. Quote, "I'm dressed as Jackie Kennedy in the pink suit, not as a costume, but as a statement. When her husband was assassinated, she refused to change out of her blood-stained clothes, saying, 'I want them to see what they've done.' The image of the delicate pink suit splattered with blood is one of the most haunting juxtapositions in modern history. Beauty and horror, poise and devastation. Her decision not to change clothes, even after being encouraged to, was an act of extraordinary bravery. It was performance, protest, and mourning all at once. A woman weaponizing image and grace to expose brutality. It's about trauma, power, and how femininity itself is a form of resistance. Long live Jackie O." I've actually seen a lot of people say that her statement about this changed their minds about the costume. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this costume. I'm not sure where I land on it yet. I do feel like it's an interesting time in politics and culture to be making a statement like this, but maybe this is the perfect time to be making a statement like this. And I also do wonder if you have to over-explain your costume this much and the intention behind it, like maybe it just didn't quite land. I don't know. What do you guys think? But Julia Fox, she does love to drum up discourse, and that's what this is doing, because most people across the board don't seem to have a very solid opinion on this. It hasn't actually been, I mean, it was initially very divisive, and then when she explained it, people are like, oh, okay, I can see where you're going for there. I can appreciate that. And now I feel like a lot of people are kind of sitting where I am, where it's like, I need to think about this more. I'm not totally sure. Okay, but I did want to give a mention to some notable celebrity Halloween moments. First of all, Lily Allen as Madeline. That was insane. If you guys don't know the lore behind Madeline and Lily Allen and why that matters, go listen to High Stakes. I think it was just last week. They did a breakdown on her divorce from David Harbour and her album, and kind of Madeline is like one of the songs about his cheating. So yeah, she dressed up as the doll, Madeline. And then Demi Lovato went as Pooh Lovato, which is iconic. I'm so happy she did this. It was so funny. Anyways, guys, that's it for Mini Scroll today. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Please Spotify star rate us. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.